quick release on his jump shot is one of the most unstoppable shots that he have. But he also is a smart player. You know, let's give him credit. You know, young man has a high IQ, knows how to, knowing that team scout where we try to get him off the three-point line, and he can handle the basketball where he's able to, of course, get downhill. Whether you are having to guard his drive or having to guard his three-point shot, he's figured out a way to try to keep himself effective out there on the floor. And then just the constant moving, without the basketball. That takes a lot of work, effort, as well as the way to give to the team to make you effective out there on the floor that the other four guys have to always honor you.
Andrew?
You did have one basket with, I think it was a little over 4 minutes left in the game. You called timeout right after he took the inbounds and he just went coast to coast for a layup. I don't know if you remember that particular.
Yes, I do. Yeah, that can't happen, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Not to cut you off, but those plays should never happen. And that was one of the blow-bys that was very disappointing when we had 5 blow-bys that we gave up in the first half, and then 5 blow-bys in the second half. And you calling that timeout is because there was a lack of communication where have a guy in front. We always have to declare who's taking the ball when the guys bring the ball up the floor, and one teammate did not communicate, the other teammate did not communicate who was close to him, and one guy felt like, well, I thought you had him. No, I thought you had him. That's the part of lack of communication where caused the breakdown. We cannot have those type of possessions where we've worked on it, throughout the week, and we worked on it throughout the season, worked on it throughout the summer, and it was very disappointing to allow that possession to occur.
In the front, Tom?
Yeah, Juwan, I think it was 3 or 4 weeks ago, I can't remember what game, you had questioned the players' buy-in at the time. It's not just the coaches, but the players have to buy in. How would you assess the players' buy-in right now in this losing skid and where we're at right now?
Well, in basketball, it's still always learning that happens, and I would say like players and coaches, those always moments where you have to, of course, grow. You grow with your players. There are moments where you take them in practice, and whether you show it through a drill you're doing or whether you show it on film. And I will always continue to keep teaching our guys about the game of basketball and how you can grow and become a winning team. But it also has to take the buy-in from everyone, has to get uncomfortable accepting it. So we're going to continue to keep coaching them up, keep teaching. We're looking forward to we leave Tuesday for Wednesday's matchup. We don't know who we play yet. Looking forward to playing a new season, which is in the Big Ten tournament, and it's always one game, and we're going to focus on one game.
The back middle with Jennifer.
Juwan, I know you still obviously have some more games to play, but just from the Elite Eight in 2021 and kind of the progression of where you are to this season, how far away do you think this team is from getting back to 3 years ago, and how challenging is that job looking ahead for next year?
Well, 2021, yeah, you're right. We went to Elite Eight. 2022, we went to Sweet 16, and we had a disappointing year where we didn't make the tournament last year. Now, we still get an opportunity, a chance to make the tournament. We played a Big Ten tournament, which starts, like I mentioned, on Wednesday for us. We are going to look at it one game at a time, and this season is not over, by no means.
Follow-up.
Go ahead.
If for fans, for people who think that Michigan basketball should be winning more than it does, how do you defend the job you've done and what you want to do with this team in the future?
Well, first it starts with the players and staff. We're all of us has felt like this hasn't been the season that we wanted, but like the season, like I said earlier, is not over. You still have more season to be played. It's been a disappointing Big Ten regular season for us at 3-17, and I know that a lot of our fans want more. So do we, and we're going to continue to keep grinding in the gym, keep working to get better, and then at the season end we will evaluate and see areas of where we have to improve on in order to get back to that what we all been used to, is having a very competitive team that, you know, that with an opportunity to win a national championship.
Jake?
Amari, Terrence, and Jackson were just speaking about a little bit ago, despite the poor season, how they've been able to grow as young men still outside of basketball, and they really attributed you to helping with that. How have you seen your seniors grow into young men outside of basketball, despite, you know, in battling some adversity this season?
Well, see, that's what the beauty of like coaching. You know, you're not just coaching them how to become a better basketball player, the best version of themselves as a student athlete on the floor. You're also growing them as young men to become the best version of themselves, just through and through. And what does that mean? Like as a person, like, you know, there's times where, you know, like we all come from different backgrounds and get to know one another, whether mom and dad's name, which is the small things, but it's so important when you talk about relationships. Inviting them over your house, which I've done before, and getting a chance to just not even talk about basketball, just talk about life lessons. Having, you know, team functions, whether it's at a bowling alley or hanging out and watching the Super Bowl, you know, those fun times, you know, those are the moments where you really grow. And those are the moments when you look back on, when you get my age, that I remember when I was a student athlete here, when I had my head coach and assistant coaches, you know, spending time with them and getting to know them, and still to this day, you know, having a personal relationship. And that's what, you know, this is the beauty of coaching is, and for me, you know, that I enjoy the most on the collegiate level is the connection and the relationships. And so we will continue, every young man that I get an opportunity to touch, it's going to be more than just about basketballs. And I'm going to learn from them. They're going to learn a lot about me and my family, and they're going to see about how we care about more than just what the wins and losses.
Got one more for you, Coach. Tony?
Yeah, and you're talking about more than wins and losses, and thinking about how your season started personally with the heart surgery. I guess, speaking of maybe the perspective that you've gained, and maybe with a season like this had been even harder to take. I'm sure it's extremely hard as it is, but just when you look at sort of the big picture of life.
Well, I mean, it's been a very strange year, you know, a very strange season, yes. You know, and it started back in the summer when I found out that I had to go and, you know, have open heart surgery. And, you know, from there, I didn't get an opportunity to be myself and to be on the floor teaching. You know, each and every day, you know, thinking about, you know, when you have an aneurysm, what day it's going to burst, but knowing that you're taking medicine to hopefully prevent it from that day ever happening. And then you have a surgery, and, you know, you go through that of, you know, of not being with your team and being in the hospital for those days and thinking about just, you know, how I can get back, you know, getting myself uncomfortable on, and what does that mean? You're talking with the rehab of, you know, just learning how to walk again, and then after that, you know, elevating, you know, seeing the growth of my health improving week after week. And yeah, there were a couple setbacks here and there, but I'm not going to get into the details of that. But what it helped me gain was that the perspective of this, that I'm going to keep forging ahead because I know that my team as well as my staff needs me. And I'm not going to quit on them because that's not how I operate. And I never did quit anything in life. And we've had a season to play, and knowing that, yeah, I'm going to give everything I can to this university, as to my team as well as my staff, because these are the people I love. I love everything about this school. I love everything about, you know, my job. I really appreciate Ward Manuel taking a chance on me and giving me this opportunity by being a head coach with no collegiate head coaching experience, but at the same time trusting the vision. And we're going to grind like no other this summer to work on getting better and getting back to where we've all, as a lot of the Michigan fans, basketball fans I'm speaking of, been used to, and that's winning. But this year right here alone, we have learned a lot. I feel we have won in a lot of ways. With that, I'm very appreciative of getting the opportunity to coach again. because I never know if I was going to ever have that chance to be able to be the coach for this year. I could easily just at some point say, you know what, it's important that I take care of my health, which I was, and I will continue to keep doing. I could have set the season out, but that's not how I'm wired. I felt this team and this staff needs me, and I need them too.
All right, Coach, thank you very much.